Hello, welcome to another weekly recap. I'm going to be going over all the trades that I took. I took one trade this week, but I'm going to be going over the opportunities that I saw in the market for this whole week, and then I'm also going to be going through the days where I didn't trade. I'm going to be looking for areas where I can improve it and areas where I did the right thing, and I can repeat that coming into this current week. I think we can start with number one, which is very clear on the screen. I only profited $1.59 because I don't know how to calculate my lot size, apparently. But yeah, I did my lot size calculator wrong because I forgot that leverage was different on commodities and indices. So I under risked. But the week before that, I over risked. So I'm not mad that I under risked. Like, if anything, that's so much better because I could actually hold my position to my target. And this trade that I took on the Monday, and then Tuesday and most of Wednesday I was out of reception, so I couldn't trade. I don't go through what the setups were that I saw after doing a review of the days, but yeah, so Tuesday and Wednesday I didn't trade, so we'll really be looking at my main trading days as Monday, Thursday, and Friday, but we'll still go over Tuesday and Wednesday. So this one might be quick, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, these are my stats. Yeah, I think because I only had one winning trade, this doesn't really look too interesting. And yeah, because I under risked. And then I ended up actually holding my Monday trade overnight. I had to hold it into the next New York session. And then as soon as New York opened on Tuesday, I literally just went straight to my TP, which is really good. I actually went all the way up to my TP2, which makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I definitely got it right. I'm pretty sure it's still pushing up, like, now. But we'll see. So, where do I even want to start? No, I don't want to go here because that's not. Look on my day view on Trade Seller. Okay, this is where we should have my trade recap will be on the Tuesday, so that's not really that interesting, but I did take it on the Monday. And then on the Tuesday, so reason for entry was multiple confirmations. I had so many confirmations on this trade. Multiple breaker structures, broke resistance, above momentum level. I undersized by accident though, and I didn't calculate my lot size calculations right. I should have had a 0.06 lot size, I think. But I'm not 100% sure. I need to probably sit down and understand where to put in, because I know where to put in leverage, but I don't fully understand it. I need to fully understand it because I made this mistake twice now, and it's becoming a problem. So anyway, maybe I just need to use a different lot size calculator because I feel like that one's too generalized. I feel like I need ones that are more like you can tweak it a little bit more. But yeah, anyway, it was 1-to-1, the one that I actually took, because when I was out of reception on Tuesday, I obviously couldn't see what price was doing in the moment. So before I left, I just put in my orders, like my stop loss, my take profit in MT4 so that I didn't have to worry about it while I was away. And then gold, there was nothing. There was an indication on the 1 hour, but the 4 hour wick. So when I said there's an indication on the 1 hour, but there was a 4 hour wick, I mean that there was an gold had made it a quick indication, or it doesn't really matter. It's the same with whatever I'm trading, but gold will be, or in this example, gold pushed out of that level and then immediately retraced. It had a 1 hour candle close, so it still looked like a high was being made, but in reality, on the 4 hour, it ended up being like just a really high wick to the upside. Usually it ends up being like a hammer, I think they're called, I don't know 100%, but it ended up being like the body was at the bottom and then the wick was at the top. Okay, my emotions, I was calm but patient. I was a little bit nervous. That makes sense because I was sitting in drawdown for a little bit, but I was still pretty confident in my analysis. I was like, yeah, I cannot see why this will not work. Even if it didn't work, I'd still be happy I had taken that trade because it literally met all of my criteria, if not more. Key takeaway is patience pays and trust in your analysis. and continue being patient and don't get carried away. So I definitely didn't get carried away because I didn't jump into any random trades. As you can see, Wednesday there was nothing journaled for. And then, okay. Oh, these pictures are just great. Picture of me yawning. Love that. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, I sat out on gold because there was no clear direction or clear price action. I didn't observe any opportunities. And then I was irritable that day. But I was still calm. I was probably just tired. Did I follow my plan? Yes. I had difficulty analyzing gold. I feel like I do tend to have just this difficulty in analyzing price action on gold sometimes. I think I need to watch some more trade recaps or chart markup sessions or something like that, where I'm actually, instead of being explained things and having like hypothetical scenarios drawn up, I think I need to actually see someone just break down a chart if they only if they trade pure price action and market structure, and I probably need to see it on a little bit more challenging charts because I can do it in a trending market, and I can understand what's going on in a trending market. And obviously when we're in consolidation, you just don't trade, but I'm still trying to go into the day doing an analysis and making sure I'm still being made aware of what's happening. I feel like I need to understand a little bit more on like the I need to just get better because I understand it. I just feel like I need to get better at analyzing the quote-unquote consolidation. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if it sounds stupid, but just for me, and I feel like my trading evolution, like I just feel like I need it. And because gold just tends to move in this, like, it'll have a big like impulse move, and then it will kind of just chop around, and then it will have another impulse move. So I just need to understand like where I can find, obviously we had the indication correction continuation, but where I can find those early indicators of price regaining power to a certain side, so like either buyers or sellers. Key takeaways was patient. Oh wait, did I look at Nasdaq? Okay, Nasdaq, observed nothing, price set in range. Okay, cool. Patience pays, always wait for candle closes, and look at the bigger picture. So yeah, Nasdaq, I think Nasdaq bought up quite a lot once it got above this level. Let me see. Yeah, you can see it here. It bought up quite a lot, especially on the Friday. So I feel like sorry. I feel like I needed to understand a little bit more not trading this price action, but figuring out where I'm going to position myself in this price action, because I identified that there was higher lows here, and you can see that there's bullish structure building up, and yeah, I don't know if that made sense. And then yeah, gold had that bearish indication here, but ended up breaking the high overall. So yeah, it was just kind of choppy. That makes sense. I'm glad I sat out of that day. And then Friday, what the hell? I haven't even done a freaking trade recap on Friday. I'm gonna need to film that, but let's just have a look now. Let's just have a very, very quick overview look, and then I'm literally gonna film that video as soon as I stop this video, because I can't be having that. I feel like the main price action that happened on Friday was on Nasdaq, so I'm not gonna go through doing all the journaling, but I can already tell what I needed improving on. Is same thing with what I journaled on Thursday, was that I need to understand more when price is moving like this, where it's kind of having these sharp reactions and not really showing me anything in terms of, clean higher highs and higher lows. I think looking at these indications of higher lows here being made, you can see I've circled them. And then I think this indication correction, I should have probably felt more comfortable getting in on that continuation. But I feel like at the same time, I was looking at this move, and like obviously I saw it, but I was looking at it and I was like, there's no candle closes. Like the candle close went all the way back up to my level, and I'm not willing to go further down than a 5-minute time frame, and I always wait for a candle close. So I feel like it would be silly for me to be like, oh, I should have taken this trade, I should have blah, 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 whatever, because I didn't get a candle close. Like, I needed a candle close. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one, but I do think I made the right decision just sticking with my rules, because I think, yeah, I could have caught this quick move, but even if you look at it from a risk to reward point of view, like, I mean, the risk to reward, my candle, if I was looking for a candle close, it would have been all the way up here. If I was just going to enter based off of price moving into that direction, my stop loss would be all the way back down here because there's no structure on this uptrend. And then my target would be there. So it'd be a 0.6 risk to reward, or 0.7, whatever you want to call it, risk to reward. So it just wouldn't have been worth it in the end anyway, especially to bet on that without getting a candle close, I think. Obviously, price did end up pushing back into that direction, but it looks like it's come back down now. So I guess I'll just see kind of what happens from here, and we could look at taking a continuation, but that's something we can chat about Monday when we do a morning analysis. But you can see that we've had an indication correction, and then we're again forming bullish structure. So we'll see. That's Friday. I'll do a more in-depth trade recap literally when I finish this video, because I can't believe I forgot. Like, it literally just was not on my radar at all. Okay, and then gold. Obviously, we're very much bullish on gold. It had a nice deep correction, which is kind of what I wanted to see on gold, to be honest. And I had called that before, because you can see we've just had these massive impulses, like this massive impulse here. And I feel like this was a nice correction, and that's positioned for a nice bullish move for this coming week. Yeah, and then I feel like yesterday I could have, what I was looking at was taking an ICC setup from here, so indication, correction, continuation, but then it just ended up getting invalidated, because I was like, oh, well, if price breaks this low, then that kind of invalidates my setup. But then I'm happy for price to come back down here, but I don't want it to break this low here, because this is a small retracement. This is definitely a low, because we've got the internal structure making that lower low. You can see, like, we've got a low, high, another low being broken, low, and then we're continuing back up, if that makes sense. So yeah, and you can see it literally, it obviously opened here, pushed up here, but then it closed right around where it opened. So I don't think the daily candle is going to be looking too great for Friday. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'm not mad that I stayed out of that trade. Not the trade, but I didn't get my entry, so I'm glad I didn't try and force something. But yeah, let's do my writing. I always forget this part of my weekly recap, but I gotta do it. Sorry. Okay, it's the 7th of the 12th. Oh, I'm so tired. Okay, weekly review. Total trades taken was 1. Win rate was 100%. Average R per trade was just 1 R, because I took it out of that 1-to-1. Best trade. What was my best trade? I'm gonna say that Monday trade, because I had heaps of confluences. If I got one of those every week, I feel so confident taking it. Obviously price action isn't going to look the same every single week, but that was just like, the setup was so good, the confluences were good. Like, I may have gotten in a little bit late, but I was waiting for my confirmation. But yeah, I got so many confluences, I felt so confident in that trade. And then my worst trade was none, really, but maybe Friday, because I didn't recap, I didn't journal. Days I sat out, Tuesday to Friday, no reception, Tuesday and Wednesday, and no good price action. Did I follow my rules? I'll give myself a 9, because I know I did do some affirmations this week. I didn't do them religiously every single day, which I'm still improving on, like, as we speak, but I did do it quite a few of the days, more than I would usually. I didn't. I was very calm. I think I was but irritated. I think I was irritated a lot this week because I was just tired. I feel like I need to get better sleep. Hopefully starting tonight. It's like 9:45. But I just really want to get these done. What I'm proud of is that Monday trade. Everything was so clear for my strategy. What needs fixing, analyzing, and reading. I know same thing, but consolidation. And understanding the early indications. Okay, which trade worked the best? Was Monday's trade because it had higher confluences. Week setup didn't work. I would say it's not applicable because I didn't take any setups that particularly didn't work. Market conditions, I would say volatile, but trendy, because I feel like all the price movements, they still supported the high time frame movements, but it was still a little bit spiky, especially like Nasdaq with those big like those really big movements. And like it's for things like earnings, like Microsoft earnings came out and things like that, which is like, oh sorry, I'm stretching, which is like it obviously makes sense, but then it's also interesting seeing how even though those things happen, price action is still respected, market structure is still respected. But yeah, that is my weekly recap. I'm going to literally go and film this trade recap for Friday right now, but I hope you guys have had an amazing trading week. Let me know how your trading week went in the comments, and yeah, I hope that next week will give us some good price action, but I'm still going to be hyper like picky with the trades that I take. I'm not always picky with the trades that I take, but I'm still going to continue doing that coming into the next few weeks. So yeah, I've heard that December price action isn't good, so I'll just be taking it easy, but I'll continue to show up every single day. I don't know how showing up through December, like through holidays, like through like, you know, Christmas to New Year's, because I don't know if price is going to move at all, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will speak to you guys very, very soon. Bye.